This is a question from Max. What if Earth's atmosphere suddenly doubled in density? Let's imagine a world where the air around us becomes twice as thick, heavy, and pressurized. First, think about what we breathe. Normal air is about 78% nitrogen and 21% oxygen. If the atmosphere doubled in density, we'd have twice as many oxygen molecules per breath. At first, that might sound amazing. You could run faster, swim longer, but too much oxygen is toxic. Prolonged exposure could damage your lungs, your brain, and even your eyes.
Then there's pressure. Our bodies are adapted to one atmosphere of pressure. Double that, and it's like being 10 meters underwater.
Your ears pop constantly. Your sinuses ache, and even small injuries hurt more. For humans, this could make outdoor activity exhausting and potentially dangerous. Next, consider sound. Sound travels faster in denser air, and it gets louder. Every shout, every engine, every crash would seem amplified. Imagine standing on a busy street. Even normal city noise could become deafening. Flight would change dramatically. Airplanes rely on air density for lift. With double the density, wings generate more lift, so planes could fly slower while staying aloft. But at the same time, drag increases. Engines have to work harder, and supersonic flight becomes extremely difficult. Weather would become more extreme. Denser air holds more energy. Storms, winds, and hurricanes could pack double the punch. 100 kilometers per hour wind might feel like 200 kilometers per hour winds today. Tornadoes would be deadlier, and snowstorms might bury cities under heavier, wetter snow. The oceans would feel it too. Denser air pushes down on the surface more strongly, slightly compressing the water and changing tides.
Boiling points would increase, evaporation rates would shift, and clouds could behave differently. Rain might fall faster and heavier, increasing the risk of floods.
Your everyday movements would also be affected. Jumping, running, even throwing a ball would feel harder. Objects would fall slightly faster, and aerodynamics of every moving thing, from birds to sports cars, would change. Animals would be affected in unique ways. Birds might struggle to fly long distances. Insects could find it harder to lift off. And marine life could experience subtle changes in oxygen absorption at the surface. Creatures adapted to thin air, like high-altitude species, might not survive. On a larger scale, the sky itself would look different. Denser air scatters light differently. Sunsets and sunrises could appear more vivid, almost like the sky is on fire every morning and evening. Stars might appear slightly dimmer because less light escapes the thicker atmosphere. The carbon cycle could accelerate. Plants might grow faster in some areas thanks to higher CO2 density, but they might also suffer from heat stress and excessive pressure. Volcanoes and industrial emissions would linger longer in the atmosphere, worsening pollution and climate effects. Humans might adapt over generations. Lungs could become larger, hearts stronger, and muscles more resilient. But the transition would be harsh. Medical systems, architecture, and transportation would all need rapid adaptation to survive in this heavier, more pressurized world. So doubling the density of our atmosphere isn't just a thicker air problem. It would touch every part of life: biology, weather, engineering, and even culture. The Earth would become simultaneously more powerful and more dangerous. Next time you take a deep breath, imagine doing it in air twice as dense. The world would feel heavier, louder, wilder, and completely different from the one we know.